Greetings, children of the night. It is I, the geek of all things gaming. See, I wanted to make this video a while ago. 2 months ago, in fact, you know, when 30 All-Stars came out, but I never got around to it thanks to my CBBD. And because I kept putting it off, the moment kind of passed and I just didn't really see the point in making it. But now that the game has gotten an update and is somewhat back in the spotlight, I figure now's a good time to finally make this video. Now, when Super Mario 3D All-Stars first came out, it had a bit of a mixed reception. Some people loved it, while others didn't. I personally liked it, but there's no denying it had its fair share of problems. But of course, we're not here to talk about that. Now, what I want to talk about is whether or not there will be other collections in the same vein and what they might look like. Now, as you know, Super Mario 3D All-Stars is a collection of 3 games. An N64 game, a GameCube game, and a Wii game. Now, I'm not necessarily saying a collection has to fit that criteria in order to be made, but let's say for the sake of this video that that's the case. So, what else could potentially fit that criteria? Paper Mario. Paper Mario All-Stars, or whatever they would call it. Whatever they would call this, you know, hypothetical collection. Paper Mario, N64 game, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, GameCube game, Super Paper Mario, Wii game. There you go, there's your collection, money's already on the table, make it happen. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because a lot of people have really been wanting Nintendo to remaster Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. And I feel like this would be the perfect opportunity to do that, and maybe even give us a remaster of Paper Mario and Super Paper Mario as well. And yeah, I personally have been really dying to play The Thousand Year Door again. But, you know, unfortunately, I was a dumb child and decided to sell it, so yeah, if I wanted to play it, I'd have to rebuy it, and yeah, that ain't happening. So yeah, a Paper Mario collection would be nice. But that's all for that one. Moving on to the next one. That, of course, being The Legend of Zelda. Now this one's actually a lot more likely since Zelda's 35th anniversary is next year. See, the Mario collection was for Mario's 25th anniversary, so I could see them doing a similar thing with Zelda for its anniversary. Now, what do I think this collection would look like? Well, let's bend the rules from before a little bit and say this one will feature 4 games. Which ones and why? Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword. And sticking to the theme of 3D All-Stars, they would most likely only feature the original versions. Therefore, no Ocarina of Time 3D or Wind Waker HD, unfortunately. Now I know what you might be thinking. Why not Majora's Mask? Well, for this one, let's take a look back at Super Mario 3D All-Stars. What game was missing? Super Mario Galaxy 2. Why? Well, some say it was due to time constraints and that Nintendo might add the game later as a free update or something, which, considering 3D All-Stars just got an update, I could definitely see that happening, but at the same time I kind of have my own theory for why it was excluded. See, 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy are all very different games. 64 with the temporary upgrades, Sunshine with Flood, and Galaxy with the gravity gimmicks. But of course, Galaxy 2, even with as good as it is, in some ways feels more like an expansion than a full-blown sequel. So, with that being said, perhaps they just didn't want another game like Galaxy in the collection. So going by that logic with the Zelda collection, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword are all very different games. Meanwhile, Majora's Mask feels the most like Ocarina of Time. Now don't get me wrong, Majora's Mask is somewhat unique, what with the transformation masks and the 3-day time limit. However, it's also very similar to Ocarina of Time and even runs on the same game engine, as it was originally meant to be an expansion pack but became a sequel later. Galaxy 2 was a similar situation. Therefore, if any of these games was to be excluded from this collection, it would likely be Majora's Mask. But let's say it was time constraints that led to Galaxy 2 not being included, and they do end up adding it later. If that is the case, I could absolutely see all 5 of these games being included. But that also brings us a bit of a problem. See, if Nintendo thought that Super Mario 3D All-Stars was worth $60, how much do you think they're gonna charge for a collection featuring 5 3D Zelda games? Yeah, I could easily see this going for like at least $80 to $100. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. Assuming this collection even ends up being made. Anyway, moving on. Anyway, that's it for this video. Can't really think of any other ideas for collections right now, so I guess I'll end it here. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Also, keep in mind that this is purely speculation. I don't really know if any of these collections are going to happen and what they're actually going to look like if they do happen. But I will see you later with whatever video I decide to put out next. Peace.
Yeah, Xmas.